Welcome to our introductory video on the PineMiniRae3000, the best-selling PID from Ray Systems. Well, let's get started. Every rental unit from Pine will come with a packing list, calibration report, and a quick card with useful information and tips, some of which we'll be covering in this video. Now, let's open the case and see what we have. First thing is the handheld unit, a regulator, alkaline battery adapter, AC adapter, probe, and 100 ppm isobutylene cal gas. Let's start unpacking. Under the foam of the lid is the manual. Moisture filters can often be found under the regulator. Under the gas canister is our Kevlar bag for calibrating. Removing the unit gives a clear view of the black cradle where the AC adapter plugs in. On the bottom is the PC serial port. Looking at the face of the unit, we see the three buttons we'll be using to program the unit. The power mode button, the yes button, and the no button. The next step is to attach the probe tip. Then we can turn on the unit. The system startup will take a few seconds. The unit is now displaying real-time VOC readings. Normal background readings indoors is 0 to 2 ppm. To bring up the menu screens, hold down the power and no keys together. There's several sub-menus to choose from: calibration, measurement, alarm settings, data log, and monitor setup. Let's look at the first option, calibration. We have two options: 0 cal or span cal. Let's perform the 0 cal. When prompted, place a VOC filter or other source of fresh air over the probe, then hit start. The 0 cal takes approximately 30 seconds. Next, let's perform the span cal. When asked if you'd like to change the span gas, choose no. Let's get our Kevlar bag ready to span cal the unit. Make sure the valve on the bag is open, then use the regulator to fill the bag with 100 ppm isobutylene. Be careful not to overinflate and pop the bag. Close the valve and then remove the bag. Next, remove the VOC filter and attach the bag over the probe in its place. Make sure the valve is open before putting it on to the end of the probe. If the unit does not start its calibration on its own after several seconds, hit the yes key to start. The unit should calibrate to within 3%, so between 97 and 103 ppm. Use the mode key to return to the main screen and ensure the readings hold steady. Remove the Kevlar bag and the reading should drop back down to background levels. Let's go back into the menus and see what is in the next menu option, Measurement. If we select Measurement Gas, we can set the instrument to test for gases with different calibration factors. My list is a short list of common gases. Last 10 is the last 10 gases the unit was testing for. Gas Library is a list of a couple hundred different gases. Custom Gases allows you to set custom response factors for gas mixes. Measurement Unit allows you to change the units used to display readings. Under Alarm Settings, you can change the various alarms the unit has. The high is set by default to 100 ppm, the low to 50 ppm, the short-term exposure limit is set to 250 ppm, and the time-weighted average to 100 ppm. You can also change the alarm mode and settings for lights and buzzers. Data Log is the next menu option. The first option is to clear the instrument's memory. Next, we can change the interval for how often the unit records points when data logging. Under Data Selection, you can choose if you want the unit to record minimum, maximum, or average values. Under Data Log Type, you can choose to data log manually or have the unit automatically data log. If you select Auto and go back to the main screen, you should see a disk symbol on the lower right corner of the screen, letting you know it's data logging. Let's set the unit back to manual and check out the rest of the menus. Monitor Setup is the final submenu. Under Op Mode, you can set the unit to take real-time readings in hygiene, or take points when you choose Search Mode. When in Search Mode, this is what the main screen looks like. Hitting the Yes key begins sampling. Hitting the No key stops it. Returning to the monitor setup menus, you can change the site and user ID, which is useful for organizing your data. You can also set the user mode, date, and time. Lamp ID is very important. Make sure the lamp selected is the lamp you have installed. Different lamps are used for detecting different gases. Back on the main screen, if we hit the No key, the unit will scroll through screens showing various information. The fourth screen is where you can start the manual data log by pressing the Yes key. If we continue scrolling back to the main screen, the disk icon is there, letting us know that the unit is again data logging. If we turn the data log back off and continue scrolling through the screens, we'll come to the PC COM screen. Hitting Yes will allow you to connect the unit to a computer with the Ray software installed. You'll need the AC adapter, a serial cable, and probably a serial to USB converter. Plug the serial cable in and tighten the screws. Make sure to plug the AC adapter into the cradle and that the green light comes on, otherwise it will not connect. Connect the USB adapter to the other end of the cable and you can connect through your computer's USB port. First, check which COM port the instrument shows up on. To do this, click on the Start button and go to My Computer. Then go to System Properties, click on the Hardware tab and choose Device Manager. You want to expand the Ports section. Right-click the USB serial port and select Properties. Under the Port Settings tab, click Advanced. There should be a drop-down box for COM port number. Select one greater than 9. Now we can go back and click the Start button again and choose All Programs. Then you want to select the Ray Systems folder. Choose the ProRay Studio 2. And when the program opens, choose to log in as administrator. Enter the password Ray when prompted. If we click on the A magnifying glass, the instrument should be listed in the pop-up window. To extract data from the unit, click the data log box, then the large blue download arrow. Your data should now appear. You can view graphs by clicking the icons along the top. Now that we're done downloading our data, we can hit the No key on the instrument to exit communication mode, and then power down the unit by holding the power button. If your unit drains its battery in the field, you can use the alkaline battery adapter to keep going without recharging. First, remove the cradle from the unit. Then slide the tab on the bottom and gently remove the battery pack. Don't force anything, there are plastic tabs which can break. Next, unwrap and install the alkaline battery adapter. All adapters from Pine come with fresh batteries and are labeled with a check date within the last 3 months. If you're in a humid environment or testing damp soils, be sure to use a moisture filter. Simply attach it to the end of the probe. That concludes our introduction on the PineMiniRae3000. If you have any other questions on the unit, we here at Pine are always available for support. Feel free to contact us.